Hi everyone!
Hi everyone!
Welcome to this week's episode of Catching Up with Yoseka Stationery. So casual.
So casual.
Here we are. It has been a great week here at Yoseka Stationery. We are embracing our new setup with our table here, our new table, our drop leaf table, which our customer Jen has told me what this table is called. And I hope you are enjoying us switching it up on you, keeping it fresh, and
Right.
Yeah. Hope everyone has been great and had a great week as well. What do we have here at Yoseka this week, Neil? How have you been?
I've been great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny because it's our fifth or maybe sixth retry on this opening.
That's right, everyone. It's been a rough start here at Yoseka today.
It's a little warm here.
It's a little warm.
Yeah.
We have to turn off the air whenever we do these. And I'm sweating. Christine over there is sweating. Neil is sweating. Everyone's hot.
Well, this week is actually pretty interesting because we got some stationery news. CY actually made a blog post, right? Mm-hmm. Did you read it?
I did. It was so interesting.
Yeah.
CY's blog post was about Wancher, and he has investigated them for a few years now. And he believes that Wancher and Pensace are actually the same company, which is pretty mind-blowing.
And they tie to like many different brands that they created.
Well, I guess we have heard about Wancher because we do a lot of research on Japanese pens.
Yeah.
And it comes up as one of the first websites for sure when you plug in to just Google some super limited Japanese like sailor pen, for example. So
some of them I've never seen before. Yeah.
That's right. So it's clear that CY has been researching this for years, and he even said that. And Neil was saying that we should lobby for a stationery, stationery category in the Pulitzer Prize, and it should go to CY this year for his amazing investigatory work on this piece that has changed all of our lives so much.
This can turn into a movie, I think.
Wow, who would play CY? I could see a Tobey Maguire type. You know Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. Let us know in the comments who you think should play CY in the movie edition of Inky Mess.
Yeah.
The name of CY's article.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't read it, please give it a read. It's very clearly, it takes a long time to make a great article like that. So make sure to support. And listen to their podcast. Yeah. Cool. Well, the other thing was the TWSBI and Narwhal joint announcement. Right.
A few months ago, TWSBI announced that they would no longer be partnering with retailers that continue to sell Narwhal, making claims that Narwhal's pens were very similar to their pens, right? Is that what they claimed? And so
the piston component is very similar.
They've settled on an agreement, it seems like, that TWSBI agrees that their piston technology is not exactly specific to TWSBI, and that businesses that are doing business with Narwhal can continue doing businesses with TWSBI. So that was a big announcement.
Right.
What do you think?
Remember that video from CY?
I'm not sure. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah,
It was a video?
A lot of name dropping for CY this episode.
Yeah, and there will be more later.
So it's all this whole episode. Maybe we should just title it CY.
At CY. That's
CY.
what this episode should be called.
Yeah, he did this comparison between a lot of twist mechanism, and he takes the components apart, and then he interchanges them. That's kind of the gist of the video, saying they're kind of all similar.
We love TWSBI, and it's nice to have some closure on this thing that was sort of up in the air, and I'm sure that some people who are TWSBI fans were wondering if this would affect the availability of TWSBI pens in the future. So this sort of closes the loop on that.
Great.
All right. Well, those are sort of the big announcements in the stationery world
Big
this
news,
week.
yeah.
Big news. Let us know in the comments if you have any thoughts on all of this. And moving on, we have a little bit of an announcement to make in terms of we've been talking about how we are going to be doing lots of events this summer, right?
Yeah, we did. The first one that we're gonna kick off is the Traveler one.
Yeah. So the first event this summer is going to be us participating in the Travelers Travel and Sketch lineup of events this summer. Which
when is that happening?
Is happening on the weekend of July 22nd to the 24th, so mark your calendars. And part of the event is actually, Travelers is a travel notebook for anyone who doesn't know, and they love the idea of people taking their travel notebook and going outside and having adventures with it.
Yeah.
They have a lot of refills that are very geared towards sketching and drawing and just being creative in general, and this event is specifically travel and sketch. So get out there and travel and sketch with your traveler's notebook. So they have actually partnered with their partner shops to do these events, which encourage people to show up at the partner shops.
So how does the event work?
Well, everybody is going to be showing up at Yoseka Stationery on the weekend of July 22nd and 24th and sketching around Greenpoint, or I want you guys to just sketch your day actually and show up at Yoseka and just show us your sketch, and we will give you access to this very adorable traveler's stamp. And we're actually going to be recommending a few spots around Greenpoint for you all to sketch. And so you can sketch anywhere and show us your sketch, and maybe we'll take a little photo of you, and we will have you stamp in your traveler's notebook with this adorable stamp that has been traveling around all of the different partner shops as part of these events. The other shops that have done it so far are Oblation Paper and Two Hands is actually going to be coming later this summer, and Paper Seahorse. Paper Seahorse is actually the shop that sent us this stamp because it was just with them, and it's next going to be with us. And they're so cute. Tana over at Paper Seahorse sent us a little postcard.
Oh, she wrote a message too.
She did. She wrote a message. And this is their postcard, and this is their partner shop postcard.
So cute.
It's so cute. It looks like, I love the border, the dotted line border, which looks like a stamp. Yeah, it was a cute detail.
Yeah, what about this? What is this thing that you have here?
Oh, well, so as part of like the whole travel and sketch idea, Travelers has partnered with Art Toolkit to make this super limited edition little pocket palette, which has Have a Good Day, good music, good coffee, and a good notebook. It's very Travelers-esque because I feel like their slogans are always very long and hard to remember for me. So this is a little pocket palette that has magnetic little palette things in them, and we have listed a few of them online, and they sold like this, but we'll be actually doing...
We have a few because they only gave us a few.
We got 10, and we'll be getting 10 more. So we're saving like 5 for in-store, basically.
All right, the next event.
Yeah, what's the next event?
You want to talk about the next event?
You can talk about it. You talk about it.
The next event is LCN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the LCN is coming in end of July and beginning of October. Beginning of August. For the LCN event, we're actually having a showcase, a gallery of her artwork. So we're gonna have her artworks are actually being sent to us on the way, and we also have exclusive stamps with LCN that we'll put them online during the event.
I'm so excited to see that exclusive stamp.
it's gonna be here in 2 weeks.
Yay! Yeah, so we love LCN, and it'll be really cool to see the stamp in person and all of her pieces in person.
Yeah.
And any LCN fans out there, and I know there are a lot of them, can definitely come out and see those pieces.
Right. So this one is LCN Pop Up at Yoseka.
That's right.
Yeah, we're also celebrating her 10-year anniversary with her. That's why we're doing this one.
It'll be a little bit longer, which is why we're trying to figure out the exact window. And after that, we have somebody we've been talking about all episode long.
Yeah, we have
You know his name, we know his name. CY.
Right, we have CY. In the summer, we're gonna host CY here in person to do nib grinding. So CY at Yoseka. He's actually doing like a tour.
Yeah.
Around America, actually.
Yeah.
So going to different shops to do nib grinding. We have a date for that, right?
August 18th.
Right. So is it like a drop-in?
I think we are doing a drop-in, but more details to come specifically on CY's nib grinding at Yoseka.
Yeah.
We are excited to see nib grinding in real life and actually meet CY in person. And maybe we'll talk to him about launcher. No, I'm just kidding.
Or ask him more questions.
Ask him more questions,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm trying to convince him to be on some episode for our YouTube as well.
Yeah, of
which
course.
he's only here for one day,
Yeah.
so it'll be tight. And plus, we want to like get to know him a little bit.
Right.
He's such a cool guy. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then coming up next after that is, which one comes first? Kakimori, right?
Yes, Kakimori at the end of September.
Right. So for this Kakimori event, we're coordinating with Kakimori to do ink mixing event. We come in to mix your own color, and also a bookbinding event with them as well. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So more details to come as well. The later one, this happens end of September, beginning of October, but we need to sort out the exact date for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one is Stalogy Pop Up at Yoseka. I think also among a few other shops.
Yeah.
In
Stalogy's, it's for Stalogy's 10-year anniversary. Again,
Right.
we have a lot of anniversaries this year. I guess something happened in the stationery world 10 years ago.
That's right, 2012.
2012.
Something happened in 2012.
What was it?
I don't know. That's an interesting article.
CY, it's something for you to investigate.
Yeah, what happened 2012?
Yeah.
It was LCN's 10th year anniversary.
We just did Midori. Well, no, that was like the 70th, sorry.
Yeah, and then La Dolce Vita.
Stalogy. Oh, La Dolce Vita.
Right, 10 year
Interesting.
anniversary. And I thought this one is, I forgot what it is.
10th, something 10th.
Yeah, something 10th about this platinum pen. I need to read more into this.
2012.
Yeah.
The year of mystery.
What happened?
Yeah, the big bang of the stationery world in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be doing a Stalogy pop-up in October. The exact date of that is also yet to be determined.
Right.
We'll have like some special anniversary sets from them, essentially, right?
Yeah, and then for all these events, excluding the one for CY, all the other ones we will have like special items.
That's right. Very exciting. Yes.
Yeah, and then we will announce those as they come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all we'll say. Okay, so as you can tell, we've been very busy with planning all of these events, and we're certainly looking forward to them, and looking forward to just having Yoseka as like a community space a little bit more this summer as well.
Yeah, I think it's very important to try different stationery and then see them up in person. It's a very different feeling than seeing them online. I thought it's very cool when we asked LCN just to be able to feature her artwork, because she always does very pretty intricate pieces on her Instagram, but to see them in person is really, you get closer to the artists themselves. Yeah, and then we want to do that with all the different brands. And then when you can try the inks in person, I think that makes a huge difference. When you can try the pen in person, kind of just like our store. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So we want to do more of these, and we pitched this idea to many places, and then hopefully we'll get a lot more coming.
Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to being able to work together with all these brands that we've really sort of looked up to over the past few years, like ever since we started. And it's nice to be able to actually communicate with them and actually collaborate with them on certain things is a dream that we've had for a long time. So it'll be quite a summer for us, and a really big deal. A really big deal for Yoseka, I would say. Yeah. This week, we've added quite a few things. The things on the table in front of me are a Hobby Stationery box, new magazine. We have fun new stickers. Okay. New platinum Ply-Sear fountain pens. And new Filare ballpoint pens from Zebra, and really fun new click art colors.
Well, they didn't talk about this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's very unassuming on the table. Is that your favorite thing?
Yeah, I want to talk about this. Well, I do want to talk about this because we always we love this magazine. And we always get them. Yeah, and then every issue they have like all these new pens release, all the new stationery. But I just noticed they do this thing called the life size.
Right, you were talking about that.
Yeah, I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
So they put the pens in the pictures on the magazine in life size. So you can actually put your pen next to it and then compare the size next to it. I thought that was very genius.
I think it is genius. I get a lot of questions from people about like, how much bigger is this than this, you know? And a lot of people don't know, for example, that the Pro Gear Slim and the Pro Gear are actually pretty similar in size. So it's a good resource to have if you have this magazine to be able to do that.
So one of my favorite is this pen. It's also Filare. Filare is the series by Zebra, and they all feature these metal body. So they're more expensive pens. One actually, we were talking about click art, and it has the marker that doesn't dry. It's exposed. It's clickable marker. So it's very cool that you don't have to cap at all times.
There's no cap, Right.
So this one is actually a pen version, and they made this click art marker refills in here, and it's in this rollerball size. So you can use it in your rollerball pen as well. So you can replace this. And instead of writing rollerball, now you can write with a marker. And it doesn't dry.
Very cool.
Yeah, I thought it was very cool.
And I feel like they almost never make like a refill with a felt tip. That's very rare. So it's cool that it's available in this form. My favorite newly added stationery this week probably is these really, really pretty choo-choo seals. These are stickers and they're clear, but what's really cool is that they are 3D and they're made to look like wax seals. So they're stickers that are made to look like wax seals for those of us who are a little too lazy to fiddle around with the wax seal set, but I do really want to try those too. But it has gold detail too, so it has these gold reflective details on the 3D designs. And it's just like a really simple way of decorating, I would say, a letter or in your journal. Maybe not in your journal, because I feel like that like bumpy part after you're writing with it would just like really bother me. But definitely a letter, it would be really fun to decorate, or a postcard to a friend or something.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with these, and Alex actually was doing some stories of them, and she just did the cutest little, she was trying them out on little letter sets, and they looked so adorable. She wrote a letter to Soraya. Yeah. So I'm obsessed with those this week, and you're obsessed with this and magazine. Great. Okay. All right. So, moving along, we had a very customer-filled week this past week at Yoseka, and met a lot of interesting people, but I think my pick for customer friend of the week has to be our friend Raquel.
Yeah.
And she is a customer who's been to Yoseka a bunch of times, and she's actually from New York, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting her in person.
I met her a few times.
Yeah, she's very bubbly, she's very cute. And I had the pleasure of meeting her, and I was like, I knew it was her, because before she came to the store, she tagged us in a story of her new La Dolce Vita bag.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, like minding my own business in the store, and then I spotted the La Dolce Vita bag, and so I was like, oh, Raquel, it's you. So I knew it was her, and I was so excited to see her. It was such a cute bag, and she had a lot of fun. She got the Refresh pen actually in the store this past weekend. Nice. And I totally forgot to give her a pin. My bad. So she's coming back for her pin, but it's always so good to talk to you online on Instagram, Raquel, and it was even better to meet you in person. I love the reels that she makes. They're like, she does these like mini vlogs of her stationery, and like her, when she goes shopping for stationery, she goes to Yoseka, she sometimes goes to Nico Neko. She does like little adventures throughout the day in New York, and they're always so peaceful, very serene, and I love her whole vibe, and she's so consistent with all the colors that she chooses. And I love it. She's great. So thank you, Raquel, for coming out this week and saying hi and picking up our Refresh pen. I'm really sorry that I totally spaced on the pin, but I'll get you next time. So yeah, that has to be my customer friend of the week.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's about it for this past week and this episode of Catching Up. I hope you liked it. It was, we made some news announcements, and we announced our upcoming events over the summer. And I hope you will be able to make it to one of these events, but for sure I think we'll think of ways for even online friends to participate in these events somehow.
Yeah, that's why we have these special exclusive items.
Yes.
Yeah.
So leave us a comment and let us know which you are looking forward to the most, which event.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.